And I think it gets reinforced. Frankly, I think it gets reinforced by the shareholders. We have a different body of shareholders, and we look at those shareholders, I think, in a somewhat different way than a good many other companies do. I think there are a fair number of public companies that wish they didn't have public shareholders. We're happy to have public shareholders. And we like having individual shareholders, and we don't favor institutions, and we're not going to give guidance and talk especially to them on investor calls and all that sort of thing. But we want it to be directly with, we want shareholders who are partners, basically. And it begins with that. It goes to the directors that we've got the people who represent, in many cases, lots of shares themselves. They didn't get special deals. It's a group of owner-oriented, Berkshire-conscious, business-savvy owners, and we don't have anybody on the board. We want people who basically think about how to run a business well for themselves and for their partners. And we've got managers who fit into that culture, or who have chosen that culture in coming with us. And some of them have different political beliefs. They see through different lenses than we do to some degree. But in terms of having a common, strong, positive culture, I don't think there's any big public company that has it any better than Berkshire, and I think that will continue. You do things that are consistent with the culture, so you do what you talk about is what you do. You don't find people saying, we're a wonderful partnership, and then voting themselves huge options, and a whole bunch of other people will say options beneath them because they can't look like they're taking it all for themselves and arranging. We've got as good a culture as you can get, and if I would say net, it grows stronger. We have a few people all of the time that really don't buy into it entirely. I mean, it is not 100%, but it's as close to it. And I think it gets closer all the time as we go along, and we will try to keep behaving in a way that reinforces it, doesn't dilute it. And I think that will not only work for Charlie and me, but it'll work for our successors very well. It won't be perfect. Charlie?
Every time I come to one of these meetings and sit in the manager's luncheon, I feel more strongly at the end of the luncheon that the culture and values of Berkshire Hathaway will go on and on for a long time after the present management is gone. In fact, I think it'll go on after all of the present managers are gone. I think we've started something here that will work well enough that it will last. And one of the reasons it will last is it's not that damned easy to duplicate. So the one that is present is likely to just keep going and going. Think of how little direct copying of the Berkshire system there's been.
But it won't